Hi, we're here at the Super 7 Motel with Jeanette Berry. And Jeanette, I want you to tell us what's happening here today, please.
Hello, we are feeding the community, the residents that lives in the Super 7 Inn, and it's a couple of more motels on Independence Drive. In Dallas.
Yes. What I noticed you had some other items here on Facebook. You were asking people to bring food items, but I noticed you have some other things here. What else do you have?
Well, we have diapers, we have baby clothes, we have hygiene items for the kids. We have jackets, so if it's a child that don't have one.
Okay. Did the community here know that you were coming before you got here?
The officers passed out flyers the last couple of days.
They've been passing out flyers the last couple of days?
Yes.
I think that's awesome. Okay, and I see how much help you have here today. I'm just going to turn around a little bit and look at the people that are here and let them know that we're thankful for their presence and all the help that they're offering here today to this community. Okay, I'm here at the Super 7 with Mrs. Pemberton, and I just wanted to ask her what she's doing here today. She's always doing something for the community, but what's happening today, Mrs. P?
We found out that the new homeless are the people that have been evicted out of the apartments, perhaps, and are staying at the motels. And this came from a young man looking for a job. He says, I need money to two things. I need money to pay my bill or money to eat. And so this is our second time taking them to the street. And so what we do is we partner with the police officers and with different businesses, and we come to the motel where we can feed folk. We do it in such a friendly atmosphere where they have the food back there. Everything is donated by the community. We have partnerships and we have officers, and our whole goal is to let the community people know that you're not by yourself in your need.
Okay, so would you mind telling me what it means to be in this hotel and be homeless?
Wow. Hearing it from them, like a lady, all of them say, thank you for knocking on my door and letting me know because I'm hungry. Because they have to scrape up money to either pay for a night's rent or eat. And so we heard this, we heard it all week. And so we come here and let them know on today, Friday, February the 2nd, there's no choice. You can pay your motel bill and then you can eat at the same time.
Okay. So in other words, people have some sort of a roof over their head, but a lot of them are here and they're hungry.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I noticed that you had more than just food here. I saw some Pampers, I saw some clothing, and I'm just really happy about all that you're doing. You know, you and Jeanette stay on the go when it comes to helping the people.
And with our officers, one of the things, Sergeant Johnson, she's here somewhere, one of the things we found out is the fact that if there's a need, our community can address it. You know, I'm from Chicago. One of the things we did, we never got evicted. We always had a rent party. And we need to have more people coming together saying, whatever your need is, if you have a need, I have an answer. And most of the time, it's not all about money, it's about you, yourself. Like you come in and you've been such a blessing to us. You covered us in our community work. It's like a tree falling in the forest. If you didn't put it out there, wouldn't nobody know what we do. So we thank God for you and your coming in with the newspaper and just being a part of the family.
All right, I really, really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And we're going to go around and see who else we can meet and talk to so that they can spread the story about the goodness and the kindness of your organization, which is the Redbird Outreach Center. Okay, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Here.
That's the end of the red. Okay. Okay, with you. Bag of the fork, Steve.
Okay, we're here at the Super 7 with Officer Johnson, and she's going to speak with us a little bit about what her presence means here in the community and how she's helped with organizing this event.
Hi,
I'm Sergeant Johnson with the Redbird Outreach Center, and what we pretty much did was make up the flyers that Jeanette gave to us, and we passed them around the whole community to make sure everybody knew about the event. So what we're doing is bridging the gap between the community and the Dallas Police Department and building a relationship with the community. So if you need anything, I want you to feel free to come to Dallas Police Department and let us know how we could help out.
Okay, now, how is that going in terms of building a relationship with yourselves and the community? I know sometimes when people see an officer in a uniform, they start running, and they don't realize that it's some help that's coming their way. So how have you helped to calm whatever fears they may have about the department?
Well, what we're doing is just showing our presence. So you'll see us all the time. So when you do see us, you know it's not always bad.
Right.
And we're here to just help out.
Okay.
And be a presence in the community. So that's what we're trying to change, that stereotype that every time you see the police, something is wrong. Actually, something as good is going on like today.
So you get to form relationships with you. They get used to seeing you.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you, Officer Johnson.
All righty, you have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
My name is Kevin Williams, and I'm a resident here, so.
Okay, we're here at the Super 7 Motel. And let me tell you, how did you find out that people were going to be coming out here today and to spread love in the form of giving?
Well, they came to knock on my door, and I was just coming from right across the street, and they was giving out food across the street, and it just so happened they just knocked on my door, and I'm like, they was passing out free food, and I was like, okay, I'll come over and get some food. I mean, that'll prevent me from not cooking anything. So.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. How does that make you feel to get a hot meal, knowing that this is something that people prepared for you, knowing that you could use some, a helping hand or a show of love and support?
It makes me feel like very happy. I mean, this is the it's getting back to the community, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it feels great. I mean, yeah, but this is a good place to live in. You know what I'm saying? We're all in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and how long have you been here at this location, been residing here?
I've been here for like a year and 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and are you here with another family member, or are you?
Oh, it's just me myself.
It's just you by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well look, I appreciate you talking to us, and
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
I am Danielle Conley.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm here with Danielle today, and Danielle, would you please tell me how you found out about this event and what your connection is with Operation Community Care and other organizations here today?
Okay, I found out about the event from Miss P. She called me last week and asked me to come out and serve. I was assigned to Miss P last year as an AmeriCorps Vista from the mayor's office.
Okay, good. You want to tell us a little bit about that program?
So, AmeriCorps is a program that's similar to the Peace Corps, where you just serve domestically in different areas in, oh my goodness, you're not going to use this, in America. So.
Okay, so.
That was a horrible.
When you go, no, that's okay. when you come on with AmeriCorps,
okay.
The expectation is that you will stay for approximately how long?
1 year. Each service is for 1 year. At the end of your service, you can either renew or do something else.
Okay, so what are you doing right now?
Currently, I am seeking employment.
Okay. And ideally, what would be the perfect opportunity or occupation for you?
Ideally, I would like to work with the Office of Homeless Solutions, because I feel like with them, you can see the results. Like, it's tangible. You can see the difference that you're making.
I actually know a couple of people that work in that department. Are you in touch with them?
I've applied for jobs on the City of Dallas website, so it's just waiting.
Okay, good. I'm here with Officer Bedford and Officer Akron, and we're at the Super 7 Motel. They have been in this community working with the residents and those who are in transient housing in the meantime for quite a bit of time. So I want to tell them how this effort started, this initiative, in terms of having a closer relationship with the community here.
Well, first of all, it started as an opportunity to allow the residents here, our citizens, our community stakeholders, to have a positive interaction with police officers. We wanted them to understand that, present alternatives to different choices that they may come in contact with. So this was our opportunity to present a kind gesture, and maybe from that gesture, it perpetuate into our community being painted in a more positive light.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And did you both start out in this community together?
No, I didn't. I actually started out working in Northwest Dallas, and I came to Southwest 6 years ago.
Okay, you started 6 years. How did you wind up in this community?
Every year we have what's called a patrol bid, and this is the station that I chose to come to.
Okay, do either one of you actually live in this community?
No, we don't, but I grew up in Oak Cliff, so I'm very familiar with it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right, and it's the same thing for me. This is probably Redbird Mall is one of the areas that I cut my teeth at as a young man. So this area has always been dear to me, as well as it's dear to our whole community.
Thank you very much. What sort of changes you want to mention that you've noticed since you've been out here working closely with the community?
I think the biggest change is that the perception that a lot of the our community stakeholders have of officers at first, it was standoffish. People were pretty suspicious of what our efforts were, why we wanted to, why we were engaging the way we were engaging with people. And I think now we have we're more accepted after being here for 2 years. People see us and they come up to our cars, they want to shake our hands, they want to tell us, we're doing a wonderful job. And those are things that, I think we've only been capable of doing because we've decided to not just drive around, but get out of our cars, shake hands, do things like this where we're, handing out food to the community so that they can see that, we're all in this together.
I'm here with Pastor Evans. And Pastor Evans, how you doing today?
I am doing awesome.
And we are at the Super 7 Inn.
Yes.
And he has been told by Mrs. Pemberton to make sure he comes over here to talk to us about what his role is in the community here.
Okay. Well, actually, I just recently moved down here last year from the state of Minnesota. I'm a church planner, so what we do is I go around and as the Lord leads us, we plant churches, but that's not the only thing. Every community that we're planted in, we break up that community into different zones and kind of fulfill, it's a psychological theory, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, so meeting people's needs so that they can reach the greatest potential that they have, and then hopefully they'll help somebody else reach back up. So that's what we're doing down here in the southern sector of Dallas. We've broken it down into 3 zones. And doing our work down here, the work of the Lord, but in a way that people can relate to, in a way that's relevant to them, in a way that'll help improve their lives. And as we serve, we grow, and so everybody wins all around the board.
So, I was a psychology major after I majored in chemistry.
Okay.
And I want you to remind me of what Maslow's basic laws are.
Okay, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's the pyramid, the triangle that says in general, it's needs of human motivation needs. So for people to reach the top, which is transcendence. So what that means, they added another layer there. It used to be self-actualization, but it's transcendence. And what that is a person reaching and walking in their potential, then reaching down to somebody else to help them walk in theirs. And so that's kind of the highest point, the climax of humanity. And at the bottom are some of those needs that help people reach those higher needs. And the theory is that until people reach the lower needs, it's kind of difficult for them to reach those higher points of achievement. So at the very bottom is the very basic physical needs of shelter, food, clothes. Above that are the needs of safety, and so people don't often, if people don't have anything to eat, they may not be as concerned about with their safety because, they have to meet their basic needs first. And that's how it goes. And what it does is we use that model to try to eliminate things that would hinder people from being all that God has called them to be. And just through different means, connecting with different agencies, going out, volunteering, other types of things. We have other things going on in St. Paul, which is where our first location is. Just kind of meeting people where they are to bring them up to that place of actualization and transcendence. And so that's what Maslow's hierarchy of needs is. It's the understanding that in order to get to that next level, oftentimes you gotta meet needs at the level before that. And so that's kind of the model that we use to reach people, just to make their lives better, and as many as will also come to Christ.
To the average person that may say, well, I really don't have time to go out and volunteer. I don't have time to help anybody. What would you say to that person?
Oh, well, especially with what we do, there are so many ways to push this good work that God, I believe, is doing in the different cities that we're going to. If you got money, you can give. I'm a preacher, gotta say it, right?
Amen.
That's just real. Come on, can I get an amen?
That's
just
right.
real. But really, for real though, prayers go a long way. I believe one thing we use as far as with the body of Christ concept, because we believe in building that too, is the concept that just because I'm the pastor doesn't mean I'm the greatest. That's not scriptural. The scripture lets us know that it's a body, and so all the body parts are important, even the ones that we think are the least important. The scripture lets us know that we have a need for them. So everybody may not be able to go out and do this and do that, but it's about finding your place. Prayer can really push stuff. Pray until something happens. Prayer changes things. So you may not be a giver. You may not be able to go out because of your schedule, but man, prayer is able to really push things and tear things down. If that's not your thing, hey, spread the word to somebody else. Tell them about what we're doing. Tell them about where we are. Those types of things, and everybody has a part. And so because this is a great human family, a great community, where we all work together, everybody has to play their part, and your part may not be my part, just as long as you play the part that's assigned to you by the Creator.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Asante. I work with the VISTA program. It's Volunteer in Service of America. It's basically under the Mayor Rawlings program. And what we do is volunteer for communities, help out with events, such things like that. We help, give away anything that they're in need of, diapers, clothing, we help with food.
In what capacity do you help these things come to fruition? Okay, now say for instance Ms. P say, hey, you know what I'm saying, we need to get down there to the hotel and we need to feed those people. I don't know what they're eating in the street, but I know we need to get them some good nutritious food. They need clothing, they need this, whatever she comes up with. How do you make that happen? How do you assist her to make that happen?
We basically go out and we're out in the communities as possible. We go out and ask them what are they in need of, basically. We ask questions. We don't know if we're not asking questions, so we basically ask questions and see what they're in need of. We have a community resource center at Redbird Mall, which is now Southwest Center Mall, and we're able to just come up with ideas and go out and serve the community.
Okay. All right, so let me ask you a question. Can you recall what it was prior to going out into the community and meeting the people and asking what they need, and as compared to what it is now, actually having gone out and providing them or assisting them with meeting their needs?
Sometimes people, they're very quiet about what they need. If they don't want to speak up, but if like us, if we're there to help them and communicate with them, now it's coming. It's better progress. We're making better progress as day to day. Like for instance, we just had a girl. She needed a size 4 Pampers, and we were able to give her to her, and the smile on her face was just so big. So just we're going out and talking to people and seeing.
Okay, I'm out here talking to Lisa Pemberton Evans, the daughter of Mrs. Pemberton, and I want you to help us understand why you can't keep your mom still.
Well, I don't have an answer for that. I just know that because of her, we can't keep still. So I guess it's in the blood.
That's right. That's right. So we are still at the Super 7 Inn over here on Independence near Highway 20. Okay, and I wanted to ask you, when did your mom start? Do you remember when your mom started talking about coming over here to the hotels and motels by the highway?
Well, we did it a year ago, and we had a great turnout, great outcome of the community, people serving, and then so she wanted to do it yearly because we saw the need and it worked well for this area. We fed people, gave them diapers, gave them water, and last time we came, they actually had people here who were offering jobs. So I think we'll do it again, and then they'll come out next time.
Okay, good. Now tell us a little bit about you. You actually have a nonprofit program going, or soon to be officially nonprofit?
Yes.
Okay, tell us the name of it and how it came about.
So we have a program called the Learning Community, and it's set, right now we have a site in Cielo Ranch Apartments. What we do is after school, free tutoring for kids. We also have a mentor program for girls that are from 6 up until 12 years old. And then we also have another program under us where we do literacy on the go. We go out to the communities and then we read to the kids, and then we also offer them a book because there's no library in this area. It's hard for them to get to the library sometimes, so we bring the library to them.
Okay, now I know your mom is big on bringing the needs to the people.
Yes, she is.
Physically bringing the needs to the people.
Yes.
So how did you get into Cielo Ranch with this idea?
Good question. So, my partner Cheryl had a vision of going out serving. We worked together previously, going out serving kids, and she wanted to talk to my mom. I said, don't go to her unless you're ready, because when you go to her, you have to be ready. So she said, give me a year, and I said, get it together. So then after she came with her vision, we went to my mom. My mom said, okay, I have a place for y'all. Are y'all ready to move in and get ready to start in September? Now, mind you, this was probably like June. And so we went in and set up place, and we recruited some kids, and we went to the district, and we've been rolling ever since.
Okay, good. Well, look, it's a pleasure, always a pleasure to speak to you. I'm always excited about what you're doing, and just let us know what we can do to help, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, I'm here with Curtis, and the name of your business, please?
Southern Dallas Link.
Okay, tell us about Southern Dallas Link.
Southern Dallas Link is a nonprofit organization that provides jobs and transportation to get to and from work. Transportation is a big barrier for many people not being able to get jobs. So we have taken away that barrier by providing transportation to jobs all over the Metroplex. So now transportation is no longer an excuse. And along with that, we try to help in other areas that may be of need for the clients that we have, such as housing, even single parents needing diapers and milk and things like that.
Okay, good. And how long have you been doing this?
About 2.5 years. It's been a wonderful journey in the last 2.5 years. I've grown from it, just being able to just see what people are, and just seeing people just want to know that someone cares.
Good. So you've actually gotten a chance to get to know some of your clients
on a
by doing this.
Yes, on a very, very personal level. I mean, some of the young guys have become like some of my sons, and they come to me for advice even now after getting to know them. They'll come by the office and just want to talk about some things, get some things off their chest. So yes, I've gotten to kind of adopt some of them.
Okay, good. I understand now. I remember you speaking at the Southwest Center Mall at one of Jeanette's community care meetings, and she was saying, you were mentioning something about some young people, a big group of them, 50 to 60 people getting jobs, and then you want to tell us what happened?
Yes, there was about 50 or 60 people that wound up losing their jobs because of failed drug tests. Unfortunately, a lot of the clients that I deal with are using drugs, mostly smoking marijuana. And so what happens is they wind up getting randomly drug tested at some of these jobs. And unfortunately, back in December, about 50 or 60 of them wound up losing their jobs because they either failed the drug test or refused because they knew that they were going to fail.
Okay, I'm out here with Miss Community, Diane Gibson. How you doing today, ma'am?
Hi, family. I'm doing great.
Okay, we are still at the Super 7 Inn. And why don't you explain to me, when did Mrs. P talk to you about putting this together, actually going out into the community to feed the people at the hotels?
I think the better question is when haven't she talked to me about doing this? You probably would come out better saying what Edna has not asked you to do. But I've enjoyed it. Edna's always doing something to do something good in our community. And so I think this is like the second or third year that she's done this. And not only just giving out free food, but Pampers and water. I mean, that's something that our neighborhood need. And thanks to the Dallas Police Department, the National Guard, thanks to her daughter. So, you know, anybody with Edna, you have to work. And so Curtis Corbin is here with the Right to Work program as he offers rides to work. And so I just want to say super kudos to Dallas Police Department, the South Central Division, Southwest, I'm sorry, they want to kill me, Southwest Division. They rock. So just thanks, and just know that, look, to everybody in the city of Dallas and constituents, you all please take in consideration that thanks to Councilmember Casey Thomas for his support and Councilmember Tanea Atkins, Edna Pemberton rock. So, you know, at City Hall, we all work for her.
Okay, so Nilesh, how long have you been working here at the Super Inn?
I moved to USA in 2015 December, and I work as many places. But in last 2 years, I work at only motel, and here I'm since last 4 months.
Okay.
Previously, I was in Kennedy, down to San Antonio. Before that, I was in New Mexico Taos. I used to work at Days Inn as a manager over there. And before that, I was used to work at Days Inn in Michigan, Warren.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with this motor industries pretty much.
Okay, so let me ask you about the people that are here. Do most of the people here staying long term, more than just a night, or you know, what is it? You know, most of the people here. Yes.
Yeah, particularly for this place, we have multiple people, like many, 50%, around 50%. We have weekly and monthly. They are hardworking people, and some people don't get bi-weekly or weekly pay. They make money every day, so they pay every day, but they are still living since long time here, but paying every day, as they are not making money like all together. But people honest, they pay on time, no playing like that. They are hardworking people, paying on time, but I have much people with weekly and monthly. And I have also daily basis, but they are for like, you know, hanging out or something like that, very few people. But most of the people, they're staying weekly and monthly.
Good. All right, so how do you feel about us coming here today to feed the people and to help them out with some of their needs?
I highly appreciate your effort, and I'm good to see that you all guys working very honestly, and how can you say that? It's like bottom of heart, you are serving these people by food. It's not like you try to make some show off that we are feeding people. But it's very exciting. It's very exciting, and just I'm like, it's nicest thing. It's nicest thing you are doing here and feeding people, and people is enjoying that thing.
Okay.